Oh, fuck. I remember falling asleep last time I did this one. That being, hang on, being Joss, the Snooze with Ends. There with it. I've got it by its proper name. Joss the with Ends. A snooze fest, a bore fest, a glorified, boring, wasn't needed, didn't need to be made, bore fest of a film. A bore fest of a film. I can say that all day. End of rant, sorted. Go on, if I've got to do it, I've got to do it again. Because I'm doing the 80s marathon, and this is sort of like an action film. Yeah, an action film. I've got to do it again. And you can just stay away with me doing that. It's going to be a rant because the film is boring. It's boring. And what annoys me, right, and I remember doing a comparison of this, you know what, I'm going to do it again. Why not? I'm on a rock and roller. When Jaws 3 come out in 1983, and it was in 3D, had all the 3D gimmicks, it got booed, it got tasked, it got hated, it got everything. Right? Even though it's very successful now, it was booed. Right? I'm not making this up. Even though it was very successful and it made big box office money in theatrical release, over the years it got booed, it got tasked, it was called derbies, and I got a disagree. You had Chanel Tade, one of my favourite actors, Sonny Tack Jr., another one of my favourite actors, Chanel Tade, I should say. It's the highlight of the film. Not only the highlight of the film, the Sark. Yeah, the 3D gimmicks are dated now, but that's what gives the film a charm. I love the opening. Fires out in 3D. Everything. Just to Defense. I think at the time they wanted to go back to like 1 and a bit like number 2, more faithful to the first one. And there's people out there that says this is better than the first one. Seriously, it's supposed to be better than the classic Steven Spielberg Jaws film. Now I know people have different opinions, and that's what makes the world an interesting place. But all fair said and done, what the hell are they smoking? They say this is better than the original classic by Steven Spielberg. So let's get on with the movie. Why not? I've both got a chart to myself. So you get the original music. Reek, Darby's, the opening, forgettable. Originally, they was going to put this in 3D, but it got stacked. And even if they did, I don't think it would have saved it, because it still would have been a boring film. So you get Sheriff Bolger's son, who is portrayed in all of them by different actors, right? Again, different actor from the third one. And it makes me laugh, because it's supposed to be winter time. Sharks can't live in cold. It would have killed it anyway. They're a warm, cheats-blooded animal. You can correct me if I'm right and wrong on that one. They're a warm-blooded animal. So that's a load of shit. But it's supposed to be snowing. A Jake White comes out of nowhere, bites the lad's arm off, which I know was cut originally on TV, but even that's not a lot to get excited about, and kills Sheriff Bolger's son. Jake stuff, just what I want to see after all the crap he went through in 1, 2 and blood in 3 to see him get killed by the Jake White shark. And I do feel think this is the most stupidest film ever. There was originally going to be a book version, just like of Jaws. There was a book version where apparently, I'm not making this up, I'm not be smoking acky backer, a voodoo doctor, this is a true story by the way, a voodoo doctor resurrects the shark from the original one, and the shark goes out on a killing revenge on the family, from Sheriff Bolger, the family. And I think, seriously, people insult Jaws 3D and say it's over the top and blah, blah, blah. And that book isn't over the top. That would have been the film. But even that wouldn't have saved it. It would have been like, come on. And it's the family again. Why is it the family's always in it? Why not just have a straightforward, down and dirty film with a different type of people and Sark attacking people and have the Jaws theme? Why it's got to be the same family all over again? And another thing what pisses me off is they kill off Roy Sider, his character, Sheriff Bolger. Now I know that when Jaws 3D come out, they wanted him to be in it, and he didn't. He appeared in Blue Thunder because he didn't want to be typecasted. And in this one, they wanted him to come back and prize his role. Didn't want to do it. And because he didn't want to do it, because I think originally they were going to get him killed by the shark at the opening. Nice. Decided to kill his son off. Right, now you get Michael Caine. One of my favourite actors. Before people say you don't like Michael Caine, that's what it is. Did I say that? the end of the day, I said I like Michael Caine. I like him. I can name a lot of films I reviewed. Dressed to Kill, damn good performance by Michael Caine. I reviewed it not long ago. Get Tartar, a damn good film. Michael Caine, the original Alfie, not the shitty remake I ranted on. Damn good performance. Launched his career. Lulu's. Stop throwing them bladding darts at me. I can name loads of his films. You know, you were supposed to pull the bladding door. That film. I can name loads of bloody good films by Michael Caine. This is not one of them. Michael Caine did this for this, and he also did it because he can get a theority at the Panamas. He got a theority out of this, and all he did all the way through the film is chat up Sheriff Poultry's ex-wife all the way through the film. It's just Michael Caine being Michael Caine on a free bloody holiday. That's what it is. It's Michael Caine on a free holiday. You get a Rastafarian who does the most worstest Rastafarian accent ever. Why just be yourself? I don't know. And I do know they're going to have Channel Stayed in this, but Channel Stayed, I'm happy to say, did a better film, which one day I might refer when it comes to action films, that being In the Space. Never seen In the Space? Damn good film. And imagine Channel Stayed, after seeing this, thought, nice one. I got out a bloody dodge. I got out a dodge from this sack, this take right turd. The only death is that lad. Then you get another death nearly at the end. It jumps up, it bites this woman, it's like traffic, it's like brutal, drags her in the water. But even that doesn't save the bloody film. The rest of it's just boring. It's boring. It just feels, it drags. It drags so much. It is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And the film is dragging. It feels like a drama at times. And I don't love dramas. I think they're boring. You got Michael Caine just chatting up Whiteside's wife halfway through the frigging film in a pub. They go to the Panamas. Somehow this sack can survive cold winter, can travel and all. It's got a passport, this sack. Bloody hell, it's got a passport. It goes all the way to the Panamas to foil Whiteside's ex-wife and the other boy. Because I know now that, let's say, Channel T didn't pay the older lad in this, but he had another actor. And if you've seen him before, he played in The Last Starfighter. He also appeared in the second Halloween, the original second Halloween, the one in 81, the dud one. He appeared in that. He's been in a lot of things, and this didn't do him any favours. If anything, this film ruined his career, because after this film, he never did anything else. He never did anything else. So it didn't even do his career any favours appearing in this take right shit of a film. And if people can insult the original Sark from the original Jaws film, you know, when you eventually got to see it, because we all know the history of it, the machines keep breaking down. And if people want to insult Jaws 3 and how the Sark looked, or even Jaws 2 saying how fake it is, this one looks more faker than the Sark in the original. And that's saying something. This is like what? The original was what? 1975. And the Sark in this from 1987 looks more faker than that. And that is sad. That is sad. And I do know over the years there have been different edited versions of Jaws, The Revenge. There's one where I know they've improved the Sark, what a waste of money. And I do know there's one where our Rastafarian friend gets killed. It doesn't pop up. I found there's a funny scene where Michael Caine comes out, all his shirt is wet and then suddenly it's dry. But there was an ending where the Sark gets speared and bowls up for no reason. And there's another one where the Sark gets hit and gets bowled up. Whatever version, it's shit. I thought it was funny that Roy Sider's ex-wife is having memory lane at that bit about when Roy Sider killed the Sark in the original. And I'm laughing my arse off. And really, I'm thinking, how can she remember that? She wasn't even there. She wasn't there in that classic scene nearly at the end when Roy Sider and Sheriff Boldy and all the others went to get that big bad Sark. Was he actually on that boat? Was he on that frigging boat? Correct me if I'm right and wrong. So even that never made bloody sense. It's so boring. It's just bore-fest. In my eyes, I just stick to 1 and 2. And if people insult the third one because it's had to something different, then this was a big improvement. I even go for 3 compared to this. Revenge. What revenge? Tubby Gold Jaws, the snooze fest. And to them, see you later. I'm going to feep. This film bored me to feep.